In this video, we're continuing our discussion on the integration of the Sepago Azure monitoring solution into your WVD deployment using the Nerdio Manager for WVD. In part one of this series, we looked at the process of enabling the Sepago Azure Monitor and deploying a new log analytics workspace. And this is the state that will be in once that deployment is done. So what you'll notice here is there's a workspace ID and then a key, and those can be found under the advanced settings, connected sources, Windows servers in the log analytics workspace that was deployed as part of the process of enabling this integration. Once it's enabled, you will notice that there are a number of workbooks that have been created in the log analytics workspace for you by default, and those workbooks can be customized. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create various links to some of the workbooks and how to do some light customization of those workbooks. And then in the future video, we'll go much more in depth about customizing various aspects of those workbooks. So the first thing you'll notice is that there is now a new menu called Monitor with some links underneath it. This Monitor menu is going to appear for various roles in the Nerdio Manager. It will appear for the WVD Admin, which is the user that I'm logged in with right now. It will also appear for the Desktop Admin and the Help Desk and the Reviewer role, because those users do log into the Nerdio Manager and need to manage the environment, and being able to see these dashboards gives them visibility into the environment to be able to troubleshoot. So now these three menus that were added each correspond to the three default workbooks that were provisioned as part of the log analytics deployment that got created when we enabled the Sepago Azure Monitor integration. Once we click on the WVD Insights workbook, we'll be taken to a generic workbook that we can customize for each of our host pools. So for example, once we have this workbook open, after clicking on that link, what you'll see down here is the host pool is currently not set. So let's go ahead and open up the dropdown. It will see all the various host pools where the agent is installed and reporting. So we're going to be able to select, for example, our, let's call it marketing host pool. Once we select our host pool, we should be able to click on Save. Give this a name, such as marketing host pool, click Save. Once we click Save, we can click on the Share button right here. This Share button is going to ask us to move this into a shared report. We'll click on this link. And then we can go back into the Nerdio Manager and we can create a custom link. So for example, if we want to add a new one, call it marketing and add a link to that particular workbook and click OK, you will see a new link appear. And then once we click on marketing, this is going to open up a new workbook that we just created for the marketing host pool. It already has marketing selected. You can see the active and disconnected sessions. You can see the users are currently connected, bandwidth, latency, various important information that has to do with session hosts, processes, applications, and users. All these types of important pieces of information that help you monitor and troubleshoot an environment that we are going to review in a future video. Now let's do this one more time. Let's do the same thing for, let's say, our finance host pool. So again, we're going to open up our WVD Insights, which is going to be our generic work group. We are going to set this to, let's say, our finance virtual desktop. We're going to click Save, call this the finance host pool, click Save, Share, move to Share Reports. Take our link, go back to the Nerdio Manager, go into the Sepago Azure Monitor, add a new one, call it Finance, paste our link and click OK. And again, we'll see a new link to our finance host pool. Once we click on it, that is going to open up all of the necessary information that we can see for that particular host pool. Looks like I don't have any data. There must not be any sessions on that host pool at the moment, but you get the idea. This is a way you could customize what appears under the monitoring menu. For instance, I may want to remove, some of these default ones and click OK. And now I'm just focusing on monitoring on the things that matter. In the next video, I will show you how to further customize various aspects of the workbooks and get even more precise and relevant information that matters most in your environment. See you next time.